What up? We've made some progress since the last time. Time to wrap this thing up. Sorry, I'm raging here. Took a day off yesterday from the live, whatever. Had to spend some time figuring out all this text here and what I was going to do with the background and whatnot. That involves quite a bit of me just sitting here and staring at the drawing. That does not make for interesting content. Really digging it. That little share button would be wonderful. Appreciate all that stuff. So yeah, dimensions. It's either going to be 18 by 24 or 16 by 20. That is very much part of the proofing process. So this was initially laid out to be a 16 by 20, but the beauty with the Giclée is I can change my mind, which I often do. So may wind up making it a little bigger, make it the same size, make it smaller. I don't know. Until I start proofing stuff and actually seeing what I feel like works. It's hard to say. But yeah, I wanted to get a little psychedelic with this one. So we got a pretty trippy background going on. Kind of walking a fine line at this point between psychedelic and overkill, you know? Like, it'd be very easy to take this too far. Plans for variants, yeah, there'll be at least one, I'm sure. I've been doing a lot of research on papers, different papers we can use for Giclée. found a really beautiful. It's a Japanese paper. It's very similar to like a rice paper, but it's not. It's made out of mulberry, but it has a really cool texture to it, and it actually has like what's the word I'm looking for? Like fibers of the mulberry plant throughout it. It's pretty cool. My buddy Josh over at Legion Paper has been helping me a lot in finding new and exciting things to print my work on. He's been a great resource. I appreciate all his help. So yeah, he's turned me on to a couple different things. He was the one that turned me on to that Slick Rock metallic paper that we've been using. That stuff is cool. Let's see how I can. Looks like whatever. It's hard when I do these live things because like I want to read all your comments and I want to respond to all your comments, but I want to draw too, and I can't really do both at the same time. So if I miss your comment or question, please don't be offended. I do try to go back through all the comments afterwards and answer any questions, so if I don't get to you live, maybe I'll get to you in a little bit. So this is an etching tool. You've probably seen me use this in the past. What's up, Jake? I remember B Complex. It's been a while, man. B Complex was our dorm back at University of Hartford. Went to Hartford Art School. I was part of that university. B Complex was B Complex was the arts dorm, where like the artists and musicians. It was freshman year. It's like cell block, really. But we had some good times there for sure. Somehow survived. Definitely been a long time. The cuts. Yeah, B Complex, it kind of was like a wing of a prison. It was all cinder blocks. You know, typical freshman year college dorm kind of place. This would not make much of a shank, man. I mean, really, you could needle someone probably, I don't know, talking to their printmaking students. Last summer, I went back and talked to their graduate illustration class. I gave a little lecture on my work and, you know, how I got where I am. Seemed to enjoy it. I think it was a little different. I was a printmaking major when I was in art school. So I had no intention of ever... Jesus, I can hear myself. There we go. That's a little better. I had no intention of like getting into the whole illustration thing. Hindsight, I probably should have taken more illustration classes, but whatever. Did okay. But it was funny talking to their graduate students because, you know, I think most of them are like shooting to like illustrate children's books and stuff like that, which totally nothing against that whatsoever. But, you know, at one point I remember in my talk, I was showing them a blotter print that I did. You know, I'm looking out in this audience of everywhere from 18-year-olds to whatever, 70-year-olds, illustrators. These are working illustrators, like it's graduate students. It's a, what do they call it? Low residency graduate class, I think. Basically, it's illustrators all over the country, working illustrators that are looking to get their degree, but they only come to campus, I think it's like twice a year, and even that it's only for like a couple of weeks. Otherwise, everything's done remotely. Anyways, I'm showing them this blotter art. And I kind of look at it and say, you know, blotter art, like you dip in acid and, you know, and I just blank stares from everyone. Like, okay, let's move on. Obviously not everyone's familiar with that kind of stuff. That's good. Anyways, yeah, so I was talking to my old printmaking professor, Jim Lee. Shout out to Jim Lee. About coming in and talking to their students, but obviously old Mother Nature threw a monkey wrench in that. But I'm sure we'll still make it happen eventually, someday. That means no interns here either. We're getting a lot of our interns from the Hartford Art School. That ain't happening for a while. Anyone out there from the States that opened up already? How's things going? That is by no means, you know, like, I'm seriously curious how things are going. Oh, that's what, you're out in Colorado, right, Jake? Yeah, I went to Home Depot for the first time in like a month this morning. I take that back. I went to Home Depot curbside. I didn't actually go in. I don't know, man. I'm still scared of all this shit, personally. I don't know if scared is the right word, but I have the luxury of hiding in my studio for the time being. And I am such an introvert that I really have no problem hiding in here for a long time. I don't know. I mean, I certainly don't have any answers for any of this. You know, I feel for everyone. I feel for the folks that want to get back to work, and you know, all the mom and pop places that want to get back to business. I get it, man. I totally get it. But I also get people not wanting to be on ventilators, you know? And, you know, I worry about stuff like my parents. And, yeah, there's no good answers, really, right? Is that the bottom line? There's no good answer. No matter what they do at this point, someone's gonna be pissed. And I think we just gotta do the best we can. I do know that the numbers have been consistently going down here in Connecticut, which is a very good thing. That makes me happy. I think we've had 5 days. Something like that. Yeah, I worry about the mom and pop places, man. I mean, it's for any of you that have visited the studio here, Park Road in West Hartford is this awesome little community that I often say it's like a time warp back to like the 50s, because there's still things that exist here, like Hall's Market down the road, which has been in business for like 100 years, literally, and nothing's changed. You know, it's I don't know. I feel like you don't see old school grocery stores like that anymore. They have actual butchers that you can like talk to and get things. Awesome deli. You can still get a $2 sandwich, believe it or not. I mean, they're gonna be fine. They're a grocery store. They're still jamming. They're doing curbside pickup and, you know, all that stuff. So, I mean, they're not going anywhere. But right next door to it is Quaker Diner, which is my happy place. It is an old school diner that, you know, again, same idea. It's been there for like 100 years. God, I hope they open back up. I really do. That's gonna be sad if they don't. But, you know, they're a breakfast diner with like maybe 20 seats, if that. Maybe more at the counter, but, you know, they can't even do takeout. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm ready to, no, I'm definitely not ready to go into a private diner at this point. Let's be real. Yeah, I hear you, Dennis. You know, it's it can be scary. It's pretty funny getting back to this drawing. This is so different than what I thought this was gonna look like when I first started it. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Yeah, when I first started this, I had every intention of doing it in linoleum and letterpress. To the extent that I actually inked the key plate for the whole thing. Because once I drew it, I figured I was going to do a photopolymer key plate for it. Just that basically lets me get all of the detail of a pen and ink drawing into a letterpress / linoleum print. Basically a lot more detail than I could ever carve myself. It's just, you know, there's limitations to the medium. So yeah, that will for sure be one of the variants. Is the, here, I'll show it to you. So there's the ink drawing right there. Along with a bunch of my little scribbles and whatever. But, so that drawing was then scanned and made into a photopolymer printing plate. So one of the variants will definitely be a line art letterpress version of that drawing. Which will be interesting to see how that comes together. So then when this whole COVID thing went down, out of a abundance of caution, I had Kate start working from home on a lot of the stuff she's doing with the furnace, which, plug for the furnace, or is it shout out to the furnace. Kate just set up a brand new Etsy site for all of the furnace work. She's been doing a bunch of beautiful botanical art prints, along with obviously the stationery and greeting cards and whatnot. So definitely hit up the furnace on Etsy. Check out her work. But yeah, so with her working from home, you know, I had a couple little projects like the self-portrait I was working on, some other little letterpress things that I was printing myself, but I'll be honest, I'm getting old, and running that press is a young man's game. So the reality is there's no way I was going to be able to run, you know, an edition that's probably going to be this size by myself. I just physically can't do it, and that is what it is. So that's when I switched gears to do this colored pencil giclée thing. Which I gotta admit, I'm very, very pleased with how this is coming out. Having a lot of fun with the colored pencils right now. Start thinking about what's next. I got a bunch of ideas for little art prints I want to do. Yeah, Prismacolor. Yeah, I'm thinking about like a series of mini prints, maybe like some small scale linoleum, possibly even woodcuts. So I actually did pick up a few sheets of this fancy plywood from this art company online. Some crazy special plywood from Japan, specifically for woodcuts. It's been a while since I've done one. I don't know. See what happens with that. Might revisit that torso, skeleton torso drawing I was working on prior to this. I think I have a fun idea for that. Thinking about like a therapy or a therapeutic series. Should basically consist of activities that are therapeutic, whether the body or the mind or like the first one I'm thinking about is goat yoga. Right? Therapeutic. Goat yoga. What that means, I don't know yet. I got a vision in my head, but that's as far as I'll go with that for the time being. It's so often, I have this brilliant idea and I can see it in my head. And you sit down at the drawing table and start trying to flesh these things out. It's like, oh Jesus, that sucks. But that's okay. That's just part of the process, right? I used to beat myself up over that all the time. Wasted a whole day working on that, and it went nowhere. Well, the reality is I had to get it out of my system and realize that wasn't the way to go. And inevitably, something else comes up that's usually much better. We are damn close, people. Fugumi, the chef in sushi. That is one thing I've been craving, is sushi. But my local joint that I get sushi from, they just instead of doing takeout, they just closed up shop. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. I don't know if sushi is sketchy right now. I don't know. I mean, it seems like deliveries are happening and whatnot, but yeah, so I haven't had sushi in a while. We have been trying to patronize all of the restaurants that we normally do. Obviously staying safe and doing curbside pickup and Grubhub and Uber Eats and all that stuff. Yeah. We are pretty spoiled here in West Hartford as far as restaurants are concerned. We have very good selection of everything here. Very authentic Szechuan, Chinese, awesome Indian food, multiple great Thai places. Of course, like Italian pizza, you know. We're very spoiled in the pizza department, not gonna lie. We got a Pepe's right here in town. Although we rarely go. Pepe's is not our pizza of choice. Lately we've been getting delivery from this place called Luna's, right in West Hartford Center. Pretty damn good. We used to like Harry's, but then they changed their recipes. I think it's like a new owner or something. And hasn't really been the same since. Wow. Is that it? Are we done? I think we might be. I'll probably sit here and muck around with it. Little tweaks here and there, a little bit. But there she is. Very happy with the way it turned out. So yeah, next steps will be taking this guy and setting up a appointment with my photographer, getting it over to him, getting the photographs done, and then we get into proofing, and then we can figure out what we want to do with the additions. And hi, Rachel. Then yeah, we'll take it from there. But yeah, zoom in a little bit for you. Very happy with the way the eyes worked out on this guy. He's got that happy stony going on. Some shots. Very happy with the apple. These orbs. That was really how this whole thing started, was these orbs. See, like that one needs a little work right there. Touch up the bottom on that guy, but I won't bore you with that. Yeah. All right, folks. I am dropping a print edition tomorrow through my friends at Bottleneck. That's my terraforming print. So that'll be up tomorrow. And yeah, stay tuned for more info on this guy. Thanks for hanging out. Hope everyone's well, and take care. Later.